Welcome. We're here at Hemlock Crossing, which is one of Ottawa County Parks and Recreation Department's parks, and we're really lucky on this beautiful summer afternoon to be here. Ottawa County, incidentally, has got two great water venues, not including Lake Michigan. That is the Grand River, which we're going to be hearing a lot more about in both these videos as well as on the website. But this is the Pigeon River. Pigeon River is an old logging river, but not without nearly the volume that Grand River had. But it's a great paddling river. We see wonderful nature exhibits here. We see it's a migratory area for birds. We see otter. We see muskrat, even some mink, as well as a couple of herring, ducks, geese, and we frankly call this the Turtle Trail. Come on, let's show you. It's on the easterly end of the Pigeon River. As you can see, it's absolutely beautiful. It's narrow, it's a little tight. There's some down trees, which means you have to navigate low braces going around. It's more a matter of just navigating than paddling at this point. But you can actually see some down trees here and some stuff on the side that animals have collected for a habitat. The water gets wider as we go down below. It's shallow, gentle current, so it's easy to paddle upstream or downstream. Often we put people in at the other end and let them paddle up and then paddle back. Actually, 2 days ago we were here with a series of paddlers, putting them in right at this very point, and on both sides of me here were two artists, and the place was filled with artists over there just drawing this wonderful nature setting. So come join us and paddle the Pigeon River. Thanks very much. Down here in South Haven. We have just entered into the Heritage Water Trail that runs about 21 miles between South Haven and Bangor. It's an old lumber trail, such that even today there are a lot of logs down, a lot of trees down, and the Heritage Water Association tries very hard to keep it open. So they collect money from folks like you and me to fund their chainsaws and the professionals that come in to keep it open. But because of that, the natural aspects are absolutely wonderful in which to paddle. See huge turtles, wonderful experience with different turtles. We see geese and ducks, Not uncommon to see deer coming down to water. We follow the Heritage Bike Trail, the Cal Haven Bike Trail, for a bit, and lots of families, lots of bikers proceeding through there. We go underneath an old railroad bridge that goes back to 1880s. Very historic. It's a great spot. Behind me, you might be able to see the drawbridge, which divides South Haven into North and South, North Beach and South Beach. It goes up periodically. It's a beautiful little paddle. You go about 2.5 miles that direction. You go out to Lake Michigan on a calm day. We're going the other way, however, upstream, which will bring us against a gentle current. We will barely notice that we're paddling it. We'll notice it on the way back, however, and that it gets us through a little bit faster than it took us to get to the original terminus point. We will have very little current and nice water. It's nice and calm on this sunny afternoon. But during the springtime, the water can crest during the spring rains 20 feet over the current level, even putting some of the bridges and crossroads underwater. So you can see how, in fact, during the early years, it was perfect for sending logs down the river that were harvested here in the southern part of the state with respect to the white pine that was so prominently shipped over to Chicago and other points for the rebuilding of Chicago. So that's it. Come join us. Thanks. Here we are in the Kalamazoo River at New Richmond Bridge, just north of Fenville. Got a little bit of a current going here. The state and others have put together a really nice new facility. But as you can see, we got a bit of a current which wants to get me going in these logs. This is an old logging river. Comes all the way down from Kalamazoo. Spring, we've got a big current going, much more gentle at this time of the year. You can see a cross bridge here, which is a walkway. Used to be a railroad trestle, just like behind me, but the bridge was washed out in terms of the pedestrian bridge and the regular bridge on Old Allegan Trail. So today we have the road separated in two pieces and divided by, in fact, this river. So, welcome. This goes for miles. From here, we can go about 15 miles, maybe 13, to Lake Michigan, through Lake Kalamazoo and Saugatuck. If we go in up at M89, it's 21 miles down to Saugatuck and another 2.5, so 23 to 24 to Lake Michigan. So join us as we get on the river. There's some eagles down below. There's an eagle's nest down below, some swans, and this passes through the Allegan Forest here, further up from M89, and a major wingfowl area for ducks and geese called the Ottagan Marsh. That's a big hunter's marsh and a fun place to paddle, but you got to know what you're doing. A lot of down trees. Thanks. See you in a bit. the river widens out here. You can see on the banks that the river typically will get 4 to 5 feet above. You can see the soil erosion. We've got a strong current, but in the spring the waters really come through here. We have about 6 different points of access to this river, all the way from just below the Allegan Dam, which is about 14 miles in that direction, and probably 15 miles in that direction is Lake Michigan. So we've got a lot of space to put in and different segments of trips. You can see by how the boats are moving that this can be a float experience as well as a paddle experience. Thanks very much.